1:50 to play before halftime. Ball at the 37 of the Cavaliers. They're going to go out of that single wing again. Ledford, the quarterback, is in the tailback spot. They'll snap it directly to him. Two receivers out to the left side. Ledford rolls right, wants to throw, fires it out in the flat to Paxton. Paxton breaks a tackle, breaks another, crosses the 40, out to the 44, and is going to be dumped at that point, and it'll be third down and about 4 for the Cavaliers. Lebanon trying to run out the clock here without the Cavaliers getting on the scoreboard anymore. They had one drive. That was a 10-play, 59-yard drive for the Cavaliers to get their 6 on the board. They missed the extra point. Lebanon, my friends, have scored every time they've had their hands on the football tonight.
Freddie Hall with the tackle coming up from the corner spot for Lebanon. Cookeville sending a couple of guys out of the game late.
Cookeville with a man lined up to the near side. Toss sweep to the near side with a fresh legs. 45 to the 50. And hit and dropped as he crosses the 49 down to the Lebanon 48. Carrying the football is Sean Jackson and put him into the tailback spot. And the Cavaliers keep their drive alive with 44.5 seconds to go before halftime, trailing the Blue Devils 28-6, and they stop momentarily for the move of the chains. Cavaliers wants time. Lebanon 28, Cookeville 6. We'll be back in 30.
Been joined in the booth here just for a little visit, Mr. Eldon Burgess.
Hey, that's an old Smith County boy.
Long-time voice of Cookeville athletics.
He grew up in downtown Brush Creek.
Downtown Brush Creek.
Yeah.
Well, good to have you up here with us tonight, Mr. Burgess. Thanks for being here. I tell you what.
Worked at WHUB for 104 years.
Well, this is not his first night at a high school football game. He's probably worked a couple of million of these things. One of the true gentlemen in our business, Clyde. And Mr. Burgess has always been a big help.
He and the late Gene Davidson did the Tennessee Tech games for him. How many years? How many? 32 years. Cavaliers with the football at the Lebanon 48. It's 1st and 10 for Cookeville. And again, they go with Ledford. Swings it out, a pass at the 49, crosses the 45, inside the 44, dumped at the 43. 32 years. That's a long time.
That's job security, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Cavaliers with the clock running at 26-25 seconds. Ledford out of the shotgun, rolls left, wants to throw, going to pull it and run, going to be knocked down from behind. Sinney with a dive and tackle will get him from behind. Looked like he had a little yardage then. Had not Sinney made the dive and tackle, Ledford will get up limping a bit. 14.9 seconds remaining on the first half clock. Lebanon with a 28-6 who'da-thunk-it lead here this early.
Well, Lebanon has used their weapons well tonight. They have not punted the football. They have not turned it over. Lebanon in 4 possessions has come up with 4 scores.
I don't think we had a turnover last week, did we? I don't think so.
We did not. We did not. The only turnover in the game was Central's fumble in the end zone that resulted in a Lebanon touchdown. And Lebanon doing the things they do well, spreading the Cookeville defensive unit and attacking there in the middle where you don't have to have pancake blocks. You just kind of get in the way for a second and more or less set a pick on that defender and let the speedy backs go running by. Lebanon has had some long plays from scrimmage. We want you to stay tuned at halftime as Mike Manning will have the scoring summary and then the rundown of the team and individual stats. Plus, we'll have an interview. Mr. Don Hassler, new principal at Lebanon High, has promised to visit us here at halftime. We'll talk to Mr. Hassler.
Ledford out of the shotgun once again. Buckner's his running back. Here's the snap. Ledford back to pass. Lebanon trying to put pressure on. Ledford going to throw, firing to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Cookeville. What a catch. What a catch.
Wonderful catch by the Cavaliers as they run the deep post route. Stearman, the wide receiver, just a sophomore, cut in on a double post and made the catch. Stearman cut in front of a Lebanon defender and took it out of John Williams' hands. Bob Lee, that's as good a catch as you're going to see in high school football.
Tommy, they had the coverage on him. He just went up between 2 and pulled it in. They're going for 2 on the extra point. He rolls to his right. There's the pass. It's incomplete. 6.8 left to go in the quarter. It's 11-28. Cookeville 12.
Ron, Amy, Roger, and Gladys are always ready to give you the best service and newest styles available. Stop by.
All right. Nobody look at their blue ticket.
8-12, Lebanon will receive. Shockley will be the deep man for the Blue Devils. A.J. Stewart stands at the 30 on the far side of the field. I can't pick up that number down on the near side, but we will in a moment. Now they'll cheat up a little bit, thinking Cookeville might try an onside, and they will. But Lebanon they're going to have to flag it down. Blue Devils all over it down there at about the 34. At about 4 or 5, Blue Devils diving for that thing after it bounced off a Lebanon short man up here and squirts to the middle of the field. But number 20 for the Blue Devils will pull it down, and that is Vexy, a sophomore.
V-E-K, Vec. I'm not sure if that's short for something or if that's his given name, but Lebanon, 3.6 seconds to go in the first half. Archie Grooms comes out, and he's in the gun, so that means we're probably not going to see the victory play here.
Lebanon out of the shotgun. Grooms the quarterback. Grooms drops back, wants to throw, fires over the middle. Great catch! And the half will end right there. Williams made a great catch with the football, and they'll put it down at the Cookeville 40-38, but it'll go for naught as the half ends. But what another good catch on the Lebanon end there by Williams, and Lebanon will go out at halftime with a 28-12 lead. 28-12 Lebanon. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Let's get ready for halftime. Performance by the Cookeville Cavalier Marching Band.
Maxon will stand at his 5. Jackson's up at the 9. O-line is on the 7 on the far side of the field, and we're ready to start second half action here at Noakes Lassiter Field at Lebanon High School. Blue Devils leading at the half 28-12. Cookeville has missed both extra points. They've scored 2 touchdowns, one on a 59-yard drive, another on a 47-yard Hail Mary pass play right before half. Here's Lee's kick, high and short to the far side. Toline going to take it at the 18 to the 20, coming to the near side of the 25, hit at the 28, and driven back all the way to the 25, and I think they'll give him forward progress. I don't think they're going to give him the 28. They're going to give him the 27, and that's where they'll start the drive. The Cavaliers will have the football to start the third period, trailing 28-12, and they'll start their drive at their own 27-yard line.
Right, I liked what I saw out of that coverage unit. They had several guys wrapping the ball carrier up, and then Finney comes in at the last minute, and he's trying to strip it loose. Lebanon still going for the football. Bates, Wharton, and McCool up front defensively for Lebanon High.
Ledford, the quarterback, up under the center for the Cavaliers. Toss sweep to the near side. Halfback pass, throwing long. Lebanon had inside position. Great coverage by Lebanon downfield. 13 for the Blue Devils. Boy, you got to take your hat off to John Williams. He had him all the way. Had the inside position, kept the Cookeville man outside, wouldn't let him get close to the football. Great play, Tommy.
Didn't bite on the play fake. They ran the sweep pass. Adams took a couple of steps hard right, pulled up and threw. Incomplete, and John Williams was right there on the spot in man coverage.
Cookeville will now be looking at a second down and 10 from their own 27. Ledford again up under the center is the quarterback. Hands it off. No, going to pull it out. Give it to Buckner. Buckner's over the 30, over the 35, and I think may have the first down all the way out to the 38. Well, that was good thinking by the quarterback. I thought he gave it to Buckner first, then I thought he kept it, but he did put it in the tummy of Buckner, and he goes all the way up to the 38-yard line and picks up a Cookeville first down. Buckner's going to have 1,000,000 yards before this thing's over if he keeps going.
Just as long as he doesn't have a bunch of touchdowns, I'll be happy.
All right, Ledford sets his ball club. First and 10 at their own 38. And Ledford heading for the far side, breaks a tackle, gets outside, crosses the 40, over the 42, out to the 43, near the 44. Goes Ledford, the quarterback. He faked it that time on a belly series to Buckner up the middle. Lebanon hits Buckner hard, and Ledford with pretty good quickness in the feet kind of tiptoes outside and gets about 6 yards. Second down and 4 for the Cavaliers at their own 44. trying to drive this football down. Blue Devils trying to hold. Snap back out of the single wing. Buckner hit at the line of scrimmage. He got a yard, no more. He stuck his nose up to about the 40, and they slam him back.
Lorenzo Sawyer's in there at the strong side linebacker, replacing Bowles, and Sawyer's lowered that shoulder and head. He met Buckner head on in the hole and kind of cut him off before he could get much going.
3rd down and 3 now for the Cavaliers. Big defensive play for the Blue Devils. Big offensive play for the Cavaliers. Ledford will come up under the center. One wide out. He's to the near side, the wide side. Well, the ball's actually in the middle of the field. A little motion, and they give it to Big Buckner, and Big Buckner slams in there, and it'll depend on the spot. I don't know where he got it or not. He squirts out to the 48. And it'll depend where they spot that football. He may have it. Looks like from here he does, but I think they'll measure this thing.
It's going to be by the length of the football one way or the other, Clyde. It is right at the stick.
It really is. And it could be or it could not be. It depends on this measurement. And let's see, they're going to put it down. And I think the Cavaliers are going to have it by the nose of the football. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers by the nose of the football. If it hadn't been touching the 48-yard line, it would not have been the Cookeville 1st down. By a couple of inches, they get the 1st down to keep the drive alive. Cavaliers out of the huddle and up to the line. Ledford again up under the center. They line up in the eye. And Ledford toss sweep to the far side goes Paxton. Paxton crosses the 50-45 flag down over the 40 down to the 38, but a flag is down back at the 47 of the Cavaliers. And they're retreating. They know it's against them. And this one is going to come back, and I think it's going to be a hold on Cookeville. But let's wait for the signal.
That is the indication. Holding against the Cavaliers.
Makes those big gains much more easier to come by, doesn't it?
That ends up being about a 33-yard penalty, taking away the gain and yards.
And that hurts Cookeville because it is tough for them to churn out that kind of yardage. Hey, our hats off to the chain gang tonight. Gary Vandiver, Johnny Davenport, Robin Forrest, 3 longtime supporters of Blue Devil athletes and athletics down there working the chain gang.
1st and 21. They give it to Paxton. He gets 2 or 3 tough yards up the middle, still driving and plugging, and gets to the 40. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 18 as he gets about 2. 2nd and 18 for the Cavaliers. Blue Devil got the guard against the pass here because Cookeville 2nd and long.
So look under your seat. You may have a
they put in.
We also want to thank the neighborhood grill.
Wolf, Tyler Wolf is in the football game at the wideout. Ledford up underneath the center. Ledford on a double reverse. Lebanon's got Wolf hemmed in the backfield, and they drop him for a big loss back at the 33. Lebanon played that one. It was a double reverse that didn't do much doubling, but Lebanon had that one smelled out. And it's going to bring up 3rd down now, about 25.
Todd Cross was right where he was supposed to be, had contained on the far side, and the play kind of went goofy for Cookeville. Right from the start, the guard pulled and backed into the quarterback, who then turned and handed it off, and Cross just was waiting for him. They never got the play going.
Cavaliers with 2 wideouts to the wide side now. Lebanon dropping back in coverage, and Ledford with a draw play to Paxton, and Lebanon's going to knock him down as he crosses the 35 out to the 39 and a half, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So the Blue Devils have held here. They'll put the nose of the football at the